Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Way Back Movies. I'm James, and today's video is going to be my weekly collection update. This is going to be everything I've picked up for the week of September 6, 2021. I think I've got about 15, 16 different titles here. Ran the gamut. I've got a couple 4Ks, I've got some Blu-rays, and then I picked up a couple DVD TV series this week, so ran the gamut with everything 4K, Blu-ray, and DVD. So let's go ahead and get into everything I got. I'm going to go ahead and start with the 4K stuff first. The first one I picked up was actually, I've never seen this before, so this was a blind buy. It was on sale. It's part of the Puppet Master series, and this is Puppet Master the Littlestreich. This was like 7 something, I think. Like, it was under $8 off of Amazon. So hadn't heard. I mean, I know of the Puppet Master series. I think I may have seen bits and pieces of a couple of them. There's like 10 of them, I think. But hadn't heard of this one, so did a little, search on it. This one's fairly new. I think it was 2018 that this came out. So watch the trailer. It looks all right. It's obviously a horror movie, but it looked like there was some, kind of comedy thrown in there. Just a goofy, stupid type of horror movie. And for $8 on 4K, I figured, hey, let me go ahead and give this a shot. So picked up the Puppet Master, the Littlest Reich. And the other 4K, just 2 4Ks this week, I picked up is something that just came out this week. This is the new Arrow Video release 4K collection, and that is Dune. Right here, so you get the whole little collection there. It actually has you get the movie in here, then you've got a special booklet that's got, features, pictures, and little stories about the movie. And then inside there's also some theater cards. There's a ton of special features here on the back. This actually has like a J card type thing on here. I don't know if you see that. There's like a little bit of tape there, so it's actually attached, and then there's a little bit of tape right here as well. Gonna be hard to see right there. So I didn't try to peel that off because I figured it'd probably screw up the case. Actually watched this the other day because I had never seen Dune. I think I saw bits and pieces when I was a kid, like when this came out. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and pick this one up. I watched it. I know there's a lot of Dune fans out there, but I hated this movie. I'm so glad I spent a ton of money on this Arrow Video release, but I just hated this thing. It was, for me personally, I just thought it was terrible. It's got a ton of special effects in it. Back when special effects, the way they did them, weren't very good. So they figured, hey, let's just make a huge movie with a ton of them in it. So if you haven't, I mean, maybe if you saw this back then and it's, so the special effects back then didn't seem as bad, but if you've never seen this and you go back and watch it, it looks a little bit rough. I mean, it looks okay in 4K, but overall just the nature of the movie, I mean, they really have to explain a lot that's going on before you can even get into the movie. Like I said, I know there's a lot of people that like it, but I just couldn't stand it. But now I've got it on 4K and it was like $40 or something like that, but oh well. Have Dune. Maybe the new. I think there's one that comes out at the end of this year. Maybe that one will be more to my liking. But yeah, not a fan of Dune. So, all right. Everything else, most of the stuff. There's going to be some blind buys in there, but most of the stuff I actually enjoy. So, this is going to be. I got 3 DVDs. They're all TV series. First one I got is they're all 80s. This is going to be season 1 of Family Ties. Been meaning to pick this one up for a while. Just kind of on a lot of these, I wait and see if there's a halfway decent price on Amazon. I think this was like $9.99, so I went ahead and decided to go ahead and pick this one up. If you've seen my videos on TV series, I like to buy the individual series a lot of the times instead of even if there's like the complete collection, unless that complete collection has like individual. Like if it was season 1 like this, and then another case of season 2, instead of just kind of cramming all, like 50 discs into one giant case, and it's just, usually breaks and it's terrible. So I usually like to try to buy these individually, the TV series wise. So that's why I picked this one up. I think there might be a complete collection of this. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, Family Ties, cool 80s show. Like I said, $10. So I figured I'd go ahead and start. This is my first one in this series, so grabbed season 1 of Family Ties with Michael J. Fox. All right, the next one, these actually go together. This is I didn't have any of these seasons either, but I did pick up season 2 of Growing Pains. Now you might say, well, why didn't you get season one? This one was actually pretty cheap. I think it was about $9.99 as well, while season one's a little bit more expensive. So I don't always just buy them in order. You know, a lot of times if I can get a later season for a good price, I'll buy that, and then just kind of hope maybe season one will go down a little bit in price, and then kind of pick that one up when it's more on sale. So yeah, grabbed season 2 of Growing Pains, and then this is like, I guess, the TV movie, Growing Pains: The Return of the Seavers. Went ahead and grabbed this one as well. It was a pretty good price on that one. So yeah, grabbed a Return of the Seavers. Not sure when this took place. This says 2011. I'm not 100% sure when. Or actually, hold on. 2004. I think this was released 2011. Not sure the difference between like when the last season ended and then when this one kind of took place there. But yeah, figured I'd go ahead and grab that one as well since it was on sale. And these ones that aren't the actual like seasons tend to sometimes not be available very often. So yeah, I went ahead and grabbed the Return of the Seavers and season 2. So just got to pick up the first season and then the others, and we'll be all set on Growing Pains. Yeah, these are TV series with me. I don't, I don't sit down and watch them all the time, but I like to have them just in case. A lot of my TV series too are shows that you don't really find on streaming services, or they're a lot harder to find on streaming platforms. It's not like I do have some like more mainstream ones that'll, you'll see like on Netflix, Hulu, or whatnot. But a lot of the ones I get are ones that aren't on there, or they're not on there often. So if I decide I want to watch these, I'll go ahead and have them. And like I said, it's $10 a season, so nothing too big. Usually I'll buy those like if there's nothing really coming out that week on movies, and I decide I want to get some stuff. But this week, I went ahead and bought them anyway, even though I think I've got about 10, 12 DVD or Blu-rays here. So anyway, moving on to the Blu-rays. This first one I picked up, this is just one of the best sports movies ever. I put this right up there with like Field of Dreams, and that's Sean Astin and Rudy. If you haven't seen this one, you're just doing yourself a disservice. This is just a great movie. It's based on the life of Rudy Rudiger, who walked on at Notre Dame. It's not 100%. There is some, Hollywood creative licensing going on, but just a really, really cool story about an underdog who wants to play for Notre Dame. So if you haven't checked this one out, you definitely should. I've seen this a million times, so finally wanted to get it on Blu-ray. So went ahead and picked up Rudy for Blu-ray. This next one I have not seen, but it's one that I've been meaning to pick up for a while now, and I just kind of forgot about it. This has got Melissa Rauch from The Big Bang Theory. Thomas Middleditch is in this. Sebastian Stan, who's the Winter Soldier in the Marvel movies. Gary Cole, Cecily Strong, and that is The Bronze. Basically, Melissa Rauch here plays a older, former figure skater, I guess, who won a bronze medal. Kind of an ass in this one. So I think it's more of like kind of dark comedy, Cable Guy-ish type thing. At least that's what it looked like when I watched the trailer. But she looked like her character looked just funny in this one when I watched the trailer. So I hadn't seen it yet, but definitely wanted to check this one out. So I went ahead and picked up The Bronze. Like I said, looked like a funny, cool movie. And this I think it was like 15. So not too bad on the Blu-ray price there. All right, this next one is something, one of the few Arnold movies I don't have already, and this was a pretty good price, and it's the double feature, and it is Conan, the Complete Quest, which is 2 movies. So I don't know, it's not they make it seem like it's like a 10-movie series. It's 2 movies is the Complete Quest. Obviously, Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer. Both of these are the Arnold movies, not the remake that had, I think it was Jason Momoa was in the remake. But yeah, just classic Arnold back when especially at this point, he was still like gigantic Mr. Olympia size. They're cool movies. They didn't make my top 10, Arnold Schwarzenegger movies of all time, in my opinion, the ones I like. It didn't make the top 10, but they are 2 cool movies. I really like this one, or both of these ones. Like I said, it's just Arnold when he was huge, badass looking. It's got a really cool, characters in there. James Earl Jones in this one with really long hair, which just always looks weird to me. But yeah, definitely a cool couple movies. Like I said, it was a pretty good price for both. I want to say this was like $12 or something like that. So $6 a movie. Not too bad. And I can add a couple more Arnold movies to the old collection. So picked up Conan, the Barbarian, and the Destroyer. All right, this next one's funny. I had never heard of this movie, and the only reason it came to me as far as wanting to check this out, was because I was listening to a song. It's like Cher, and I don't know who it's her, Cher and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. It's like a duet song that I found on Spotify. It was like playing. I was doing like an 80s playlist, and it was like there, and it was like from the movie Chances Are, and I was like, what the hell's Chances Are? So I picked up Chances Are. This has got Robert Downey Jr. in it. It's also got Sybil Shepherd. Basically, the premise, if you've never heard of this, like I had never heard of this, is somehow this guy here, I guess he's dating Sybil Shepherd's daughter, but he knows a lot of things about Sybil Shepherd in the house. And it's like her dead ex-husband or dead husband, apparently his consciousness or something to that effect, goes into him. I don't know if it's a reincarnation thing. Something weird happens where she basically her Sybil Shepherd's ex or dead husband is, made its way into him, or he has his memories. So it looked like a pretty cool movie. Like I said, I had never heard of it. This is real older Robert Downey Jr. This is 80s. It's kind of hard to see when this was 1989, Robert Downey Jr. on this one. Obviously Sybil Shepherd is in it, so it's kind of a while ago, back when she was in their moonlighting days. But yeah, so I cool movie, cool song to go with the movie. So I looked it up. It looks like a pretty cool movie. This one was a little pricey. I think this is about $20 off of Amazon. But you know what? I was like, screw it. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. So yeah, picked up Chances Are, so we can check that one out. It's weird as an 80s movie. I completely never heard of it before. Yeah, Chances Are. Also got Ryan O'Neal and Mary Stuart Masterson in that one. Not too bad. These next two are part of that VHS or retro VHS cases that you've seen in some of my past videos. This one's Bruce Willis, and that is Hudson Hawk. See, it's got almost like you're pulling out an old VHS tape on that one. So that's that kind of a slipcover on these. Hudson Hawk, I haven't seen this in forever. I think maybe when it first came out I saw it, but it's been a very long time. These are actually pretty cheap if you look on Amazon. Any of these retro VHS, they're usually running about $7.99-ish, so about $8 for each one. Not too bad. Went ahead and picked this up. I did have that one, I think it was Excess Baggage, where they sent me the movie and they didn't actually include the VHS retro. That kind of bummed me out, but really that's the only time that's ever happened to me. So yeah, I was able to grab it, and since I'm a movie nerd, I like slip covers. You have a movie problem when you buy the movies, like, oh, well, as long as it has the cool slipcover, no problem. But yeah, it's a halfway decent movie. Like I said, these are all like $8, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick this up. So yeah, Hudson Hawk. Have not seen that one in quite a while. This next one I have not seen at all. Hadn't even heard of it. It's Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi in Neighbors. Not to be confused with the Seth Rogen Neighbors. Just same name, totally different movie. It's not a remake or anything, or the Seth Rogen one is not a remake of this. Basically, this is, although similar type of premise, I guess, John Belushi and his wife live in there, and then two people move in next door. They're very eccentric looking folk. So yeah, at least that's from the trailer. That's what I gleaned. It's kind of weird because it's James Belushi in this one, or not John Belushi is in this one. And it's weird because every time I've seen him, it's always this like exaggerated character, and he doesn't, at least in the trailer, not just playing a regular guy in this one. So it's kind of weird to see him in that role. Maybe it gets different in the actual movie, but yeah, I decided to go ahead and pick this up, and as you can see, that same retro VHS type of slipcover, because I am a movie dork and like slipcovers. So yeah, Neighbors on that one. I do in fact have the other Neighbors 1 and 2, the Seth Rogen version. So now I have the John Belushi Neighbors. All right, the next two are, these are my like president movies. Seen both of these. The first one, this is Michael Douglas and Annette Bening in The American President. If you haven't heard this, basically Michael Douglas is a widower. He's the president. He decides he wants to start dating, likes Annette Bening, so it's him dating her as president, which usually obviously doesn't happen much. I just like this movie. It's a really cool movie. Like I said, Michael Douglas and Annette Bening are really good in this one. It's just one of those, what a president kind of should be type of person in these, regardless of your political leanings. But yeah, just a really cool movie, American President. So I went ahead and picked that one up. That's been in my saved section of Amazon and my like and you put stuff in the car and then save for later. That's been in my save for later for a while, so finally pulled the trigger on that one. This next one is Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver, and that is Dave, another President movie. This is a really cool movie. I like this one. I think Ving Rhames is in this one as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is. He's in this. If you haven't heard of this, basically it's the president goes into some like coma, or he has this medical issue where he's incapacitated, he's in a coma. They don't want anyone to know, so they get Dave here to who looks exactly, he's like his doppelganger for the actual president. So they get him to fill in for the actual president while nobody knows about it, to kind of assume his duties or whatever. It's a pretty cool movie. Like I said, it's kind of like American President. It's just it's just an overall good movie. I don't know what else I can really say about it. Pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, definitely on either one of those, you should really check them out. They're just kind of really good movies. Good acting in these as well. It's also got, what's his name in this one? Yeah, Ving Rhames is in this one. It's also got Ben Kingsley. Frank Langella plays a really creepy, just douchey kind of guy in this one. He just has that look of just being like an evil villain character, and he does it really well in this one. So definitely a good movie if you haven't seen that. All right, this next one is one of my rom-com movies I picked up. I don't know why. I mean, I've seen this one time. It was pretty good. I just said, screw it. Let me go ahead and get this one. We've got Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan and You've Got Mail. I swear I think it's just because I want to see a movie and hear that old AOL, You've Got Mail voice again. That if you're not old, you don't, it's not a thing ingrained in your mind. If you're an older person that was around in the 90s or the late 90s with the AOL, this is probably going to be the movie for you. But it's basically Sleepless in Seattle, Internet Edition. Two people meet each other through the mail or through the email or whatnot, because it was a new thing back then. And hey, Tom Hanks, you can't go wrong with Tom Hanks movie. Meg Ryan, haven't seen her in much recently, so good to watch a movie with Meg Ryan in it. Always liked her as well. So yeah, You've Got Mail. It was pretty cheap on Amazon. I can't remember exactly how much, but it's probably like $8 or $9. Nothing major. All right, this next one is a sequel to a movie I just saw not too long ago. It wasn't the first time, but I just watched it recently. I actually prefer this sequel to the original. It's one of the few that I like, and that is Poltergeist II. This is just like there's like a card on here. I haven't opened this up yet. It's just a card on the front cover on there. So that's not the actual cover of the case. I just haven't pulled the card out yet. But yeah, Poltergeist II. Like I said, I like Poltergeist, but I always thought Poltergeist 2 was better. Just that creepy old man. I don't remember his name, but just that creepy old man there. That just makes it a scary movie alone, just with that guy. I always thought Poltergeist 2 of the three Poltergeist movies was the best one. So had the first one. This one was a little bit pricier. That's why I had been waiting on it. I still hadn't seen it come down. So I said, screw it. It was about $20 on this one, I think, off of Amazon. So yeah, went ahead and added Poltergeist 2 to the collection. So now I just need to get the third one, which I'd say is probably my least favorite of the three. I'd say it goes like 2, 1, then 3, as far as the order of the ones I like. But yeah, Poltergeist 2. May watch that tonight. All right, and the final movie I picked up is another one that had been in my saved for later category on Amazon. And I finally decided to buy it. This is a Kino Lorber release, and that is Deep Star 6. I don't think I've seen this one. If I have, I totally don't remember it. Was surprised it actually came with a slipcover, so that's always cool. I think it's the same inside as same thing. So yeah, Deep Star 6. A lot of special features on this one. I always love Kino Lorber releases. They always have such cool movies that I want to check out with their releases. So yeah, went ahead and picked this one up. Like I said, I don't think I've seen this one. If I have, it's one of those it'll still be completely new to me. So, yeah, Kino Lorber there. I was surprised to still find the slipcover on there because I think this has been out for a little while. So yeah, always nice to get that slipcover when you are a movie freak and you love slipcovers. Okay, so that is it for this week. Like I said, pretty good haul there, but about 15, 16 movies. Let me know in the comments down below if y'all picked up anything this week and if there's any of these movies you picked up, although really I think only Dune was the only one that actually was a new release as far as this week. Do you enjoy Dune? Because like I said, I watched it and man, it was a struggle to finish that. There was a couple times I almost just went screw it and then just turned that sucker off. It's just so weird, and this it's just so weird. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if you're a huge Dune fan and I just don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know if you love Dune, or if you're in my camp, like you just couldn't stand it. It's just weird. Fat guy floating around. Yeah, no. I just can't. It's too much. There's just too much going on in Dune. But either way, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I got a couple movies. There's some 4Ks coming out next week, and I'm probably, I think of all the 4K releases coming out. I have plans on picking up all of them. Superman: Dawn of Justice, 4-hour version. One is that that one? No. Justice League is coming out. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Justice League, the Snyder cut, that's like 4 hours long, is coming out. Haven't decided if I'm going steelbook or slipcover on that one. I guess I'll find out when I roll up into Best Buy tomorrow and see what they have available. But of all the 4Ks that are coming out, I plan on getting, I think, all of them. And then I'm sure there'll be some random movies I pick up as well thrown in there. So that will be for next week. As far as this week, not too bad. Like I said, 16 movies. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you love movie-related stuff. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.